Looking back in time, so many people kicked themselves for not getting involved with Hyperliquid early and missing out on what was probably the biggest airdrop in crypto history to this point. But right now, there is another opportunity staring us all right in the face in 2026, and that is the Polymarket airdrop, which is projected to give out over $1 billion of their token to users of the platform. So in this video, I want to go over A to Z exactly what you should be doing to participate and qualify for the Polymarket airdrop and exactly how you can get your share of potentially over $1 billion in tokens. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Always, guys, be sure to drop down below, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel for more. Every single week here on In the Game, we have you covered Monday through Friday with everything you need to win in crypto and prediction markets. And of course, a big shout out to our sponsors down below in the description. And for this video specifically, if you are not already getting started with Polymarket, you're going to want to hit the link down below and sign up so you can start farming this airdrop. And I think that you'll understand why you should be farming this as this video goes on. Let's jump into it. Obviously, we're excited to announce today, so Polymarket throwing out an announcement that they are partnering up with NASDAQ Private Market, where you can now trade and get exposure to private companies, one of historically the most profitable asset classes, exclusively through Polymarket. Now, this is not the only thing they've done. I mean, they are the official odds provider for multiple news networks at this point in time. For the UFC, they were on like the Oscars or the Golden Globes. You can see the odds for Polymarket pasted everywhere. They are literally taking over the cultural side of making money, whether it's trading on sports, culture, entertainment, etc. Polymarket is one of the fastest growing and one of the biggest companies in the entire world. And if you don't know what Polymarket is, first and foremost, these are called prediction markets. So you can come in here, you can say, is Bitcoin going to go up or down over the next 5 minutes? Is Bournemouth or Man City going to win? What will Anthropic's valuation be by the end of this year? Will US and Iran, strike a peace deal? So this is basically prediction markets on anything. So sports betting companies have traditionally ruled this kind of side of the industry / casinos, where you're actually going up against the house. The fun thing about prediction markets is it's your prediction against someone else. So someone has to match your market, right? So let's just click into this ongoing match here. Bournemouth versus Man City. And you will see here, there's been $13 million in volume. But if you open up some of these, let's go to like totals. There's an order book, just like in crypto. You can see here the depth of the order book, people putting up limit orders that they want filled at certain prices. So you can trade this just like the crypto markets. You can sell your position when it's in profit during the match. There's so many different things you can do utilizing prediction markets rather than some of these traditional avenues like a DraftKings or a FanDuel, etc. And the one thing for you as a market participant, or more specifically for this channel's purposes, a crypto market participant, is farm the airdrop. So we do have potentially the Polymarket airdrop around the corner. Now, I think that this is going to happen within the next 6 months. So you have some time. I don't think that this is going to launch in the next week or two. I think you have plenty of time to be able to go in here and put in some of these metrics that are going to qualify you for the airdrop. So there's a lot of speculation, people throwing out airdrop calculators. And this guy here, his eligibility gives him about $45,000 of tokens, which is pretty crazy. But the big question is, like, what should you be doing on Polymarket to be able to qualify for this airdrop? So number one, make sure you're signed up to Polymarket. Down below, we have a link in the description. You can hit that Polymarket link, sign up. You can sign up for free. You can deposit $20. You can deposit any amount of money. You don't have to play with big capital. You can play with any amount of capital that you want, as long as you're putting in some of these metrics through the platform. I think you have a good chance of capturing a little bit of that $1 billion+ in value that will be airdropped out to users. And where am I getting that number? At current valuations, there's about 10% of the token. It says standard Genesis airdrop allocates 10 to 15% of the supply to active Polymarket users at a $15 billion valuation, which this is where it's trading pre-market. the Polymarket token is trading at $15 billion. That would be $1.5 billion going out to airdrop farmers. Now, it's going to be based on every trade you made, every limit order, every LP position. So what should you be doing? This tweet has a really good breakdown of exactly what those metrics could be. It could be your P&L, your number of predictions, volume, average assets / holding time, LP, referrals, market category traded, and X account. So there's a lot of different variables here. Let's break them down one by one. Your P&L, so that's just going to be your profitability. I think that this one's kind of being overblown. I think they're going to prioritize volume way over P&L, because it doesn't matter if you're a winning trader or a losing. Are they going to give a losing trader more than a winning trader? That just doesn't make too much sense to me. I think it's really going to be based on product activity. That is just my speculation. I don't think P&L is the deciding factor here. Like, so what, you're going to reward a winner and not the losers? Or if you have a negative P&L, you get a bigger airdrop. That just, there's not a lot of alignment there. Like if the biggest P&L people get like nothing on airdrop, they're going to hate Polymarket forever. So the P&L thing doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I would really not use that as a variable. Number of predictions. Now I'm going to pull up accounts to show you exactly what this means. All right, so I'm just going to use RN1, very profitable trader. This guy's made $9 million on Polymarket. So he has 68,940 predictions. I mean, this guy's lined himself up for a crazy airdrop. Like, just to be completely honest, right now he has $472,000 in positions. He won 240K on a single pick. And yes, he has done 68,940 predictions. This guy's market activity by far will qualify him for a crazy airdrop. Volume is just the amount of trading that you do. And I think really the numbers here are crazy. When you look at the overall spectrum of Polymarket, there's actually only 3% of users who have ever done $50,000 in volume. 3% of users that have done 50,000 or more in volume. And then it diminishes from there. I mean, 100,000, 250, etc. So you have a very good chance if you are, even just doing $100 here, $100 there on different positions, and you're trading every single day, you could rack up $50,000 in volume very easily and be in that top 3 to 4% spectrum on volume, which I think volume is going to be massive. That's what really mattered on Hyperliquid, was the trading volume. So I think that that's a big thing to be on the lookout for. Your average assets / deposit holding time. Yeah, I agree. Like if you traded and then you take a 6-month break and then you trade for a week and then you take a 2-month break, maybe that has something to do with it. But honestly, I just think it's really going to be more about platform usage. As long as you've gone in there, you've traded, there's really not going to be these big hurdles, in my opinion, of like, oh, I used it back in February, but the airdrops in November, I got disqualified. Like, no, if you run volume through the platform and you do some of these specific things, I think you're definitely going to qualify. LPing. So LPing is where you're like providing liquidity provisions for certain markets. And whenever you go into a certain market, let's go back to that soccer match here. So we have Bournemouth versus Man City. You can go spreads and you can see maker rebates. So you can earn daily USDC by placing limit orders that get filled. So you go over here to rewards, earn rewards by placing competitive limit orders. So you're actually market making by doing this. So you're putting up liquidity at certain levels in the order book. That's exactly what I just showed here. You can see there's prices at 9, 8, 7, 6. These are the people that are actually market making. So you can actually get rewards from doing this. So you attract more liquidity by sponsoring rewards for this market. So you can set competitive limit orders, be the market maker / liquidity provider. And then on top of that, as people take your limit orders or as that market gets set, you can actually earn free provisions here. $100, $45 on all these different matches just for being a market maker. I do think that this is not going to be, quote unquote, a huge, driver as to you're going to get a massive airdrop if you've been a market maker. But I think it's going to be a nice little kicker. Like, okay, your trading volume, your number of trades, etc. But then if you've also LP'd and participated in that part of the market making side of the platform, I think you probably have a pretty nice addition or multiplier on your actual airdrop. So that is one thing to look out for here. Referrals, if you drive referrals, you'll probably get a little bit of credit, but I don't even think this is a referral farm. I think this is absolutely going to be something where the traders and the active participants are going to make the most. And then people are speculating that your X account could have something to do with it. So if you've actively been tweeting about Polymarket or trades or talking about the Poly token, maybe they actually give you a little bit of a kicker on your airdrop. You can link on the back end your Twitter page to your Polymarket account. So, you know, that is something you could be doing. What would I be doing right now to be able to lock in an airdrop on some of, right now we have about 7, I think within the next 7 months, we will be seeing the Polymarket airdrop. And I do think that this will be Hyperliquid 2.0, or maybe even Polymarket 1.0, and the fact that this could be the biggest crypto airdrop of all time. For people who farmed this, I think it's going to go absolutely crazy. I think people will make 5, maybe even 6 figures in certain circumstances. So for me, I would go in here and try to find your niche. So number one is don't just throw volume at anything just to do it. Make sure if you're a sports aficionado, play in sports. If you like crypto, trade the crypto markets. There's all these different pre-market stuff. You can trade MicroStrategy activity. If they'll announce a Bitcoin purchase, certain FDVs, if Solana will hit a certain price on a certain day. There's so much to do across this platform from a crypto standpoint. You can do esports. You can do finance. What will crude oil hit? What will Anthropic's valuation be at the end of the year? So if you're big into finance or the stock market, you can play this side. You can go into tech. Largest company by the end of May. Will Elon Musk win his case against Sam Altman? There's so many different things. Weather, mention markets. So you can trade speeches like Trump speeches, etc. You can trade election results. Polymarket is endless. So what I would do is even just deposit $100. Use the link down below to get started if you don't have a Polymarket account. Deposit $100. Start trading around. Start figuring out, okay, I like esports markets. I don't like traditional sports. I like the politics markets and crypto markets, whatever the case is, and just trade daily, like $25 here on these different markets. I can guarantee you your volume will add up so quickly. I was shocked to find out that I had done on a fresh wallet over the last 3 months. I've done $300,000 on one of my Polymarket accounts, and I'm putting $100 per trade. But I'm trading every single day consistently, going in and out of these markets and then doubling down or, taking different positions intra-game. And I mean, that would put me on average over the last 90 days doing about $1,500 to $3,000 or more every single day. I think it's more than that. $3,000, $4,000 or more every single day over that 3-month time period, which is absolutely crazy to think about. But the volume adds up very fast. And if you have a couple 100,000 or even just a few tens of thousands in volume by the time that this airdrop does come out, I think you're going to set yourself up pretty nicely, because it's one of those things that, yes, Polymarket is a super popular platform, but I do feel like a lot of people are so risk averse. They don't want to deposit money in here, and they think it's just strictly gambling, which prediction markets are not gambling. You can find an edge in so many different areas. I know people who have legitimately made millions of dollars trading these markets. And if you want to join our community, I post selections every single day, winning at a very good clip as well. You can join Chart Hackers down below in the description. There's a WAP link. This is absolutely free. You can join the prediction market section. I post insights. I go live once a week in the Discord talking about trades for the weekend, strategies, how to farm the Polymarket airdrop, and more. All we would ask of you is to sign up down below on the Polymarket link and then join the free Discord. I promise you, you will become a better prediction market trader just by interacting in the chat boxes, as well as just taking a look at our selections, where we're finding edges, and then you can form your own edge from doing so. In some upcoming videos, I'm going to talk about some ecosystem apps also to use. You could double up your airdrops, get Polymarket airdrops plus these ecosystem apps. There's really good applications built on top of Polymarket, and I think you need to be taking advantage of all of these. So like I said, Link down below in the description for Polymarket. You can deposit as little or as much as you want, but I think you're not going to want to miss this airdrop. When you see the airdrop that people get on the timeline, we'll all kick ourselves if we don't go hard and farm this airdrop. And also join our Discord community. You can ask me questions directly. You can see my selections. So that way you feel like you're not just throwing money at random markets. I'm doing the research every single day. I'm trading 10 to 15 markets every single day, posting up about 5 selections every day. So link down below in the description for that. And I really hope you take advantage of this. Yes, airdrops have been pretty disappointing for the last little while. But I do think that Polymarket has the machinery or the artillery, let's say, to be one of the biggest airdrops that we have seen in quite some time, guys. So like the video down below, subscribe to the channel for more, join the Discord, join Polymarket as well. I'll see you guys on the next one. As always, trade responsibly, my friends, and of course, stay bullish, my friends.